I would say what I enjoy the most is that I kind of like capturing the atmosphere in my paintings. So when I look at any of the scenes that I paint, you can feel that you are there with the characters. You can understand what they are feeling or going through, and this is what I like the most. Also, trying to make the images like cinematographic, so you're seeing them through the filters of the camera, just like if I was the director, you know, setting the scene and everything. So I think maybe the stylization thing, it's something that has worried me about my own style quite a lot. So it's a way to make things more efficiently, saying more with putting less in the painting. That's something that I think I could improve, and I would like to work more on it. I'll say Aurélien Prédal. He's an artist that I've been following for many years. I really love how simple he paints and accurate with the colors, and also inventive. And I've been looking at his work for quite a while. Maybe Alberto Mielgo is one of the most trendy. He's just raw talent and very multidisciplinary. He has like quite a personal style that I love. And the third one, I'll say it's not a painter, it's a cinematographer. I'll say Roger Deakins. He's a director of photography, a cinematographer, and I just love the movies he works. Because of the way he just sets the lighting, sets the camera, he just makes painting with the scenes that he does. Okay, so book I'm gonna recommend, it's not a technical book or anything, it's a book called Creativity Incorporated, and it's a nice book to learn how the first 3D animation studios were built, like Pixar, how it branched from ILM at the very beginning, and start doing all the digital things that they've been doing. And it's quite interesting if you like the visual effects and everything around the industry. It tells you a lot of how the work of productions are, how stressful and everything around it. It's by Ed Catmull, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of the creators of Pixar. A comic book. There is one I really like. I mean, style-wise, there is one by Bill Sienkiewicz that I really love, and it's a biography of Jimi Hendrix, and it's Bill Sienkiewicz's style. So it's like really graphic, really texturing. It's quite plastic, so it's really beautiful to look at. But then from story point of view and the comic itself, one of my favorites is Watchmen. Yeah, again, it's a classic, but I remember the first time I read it, how all the plot points, all the characters are put together and have like this big resolution. It's just a masterful comic book. I'm gonna recommend Terminator 2 because it's a movie I've watched like 100 times, and I tend to like visual metaphors and how movies are structured, and it's a movie that is really well structured, and the characters have like really iconic and simple arcs, going from a teenage boy growing up into a man, a machine growing up into a father figure, and like a sort of mother figure who behaves like a machine, becoming like an actual mother figure for a kid. It has interesting like family dynamics, visual metaphors, and action pack. I just love James Cameron movies. For the series, I mean, I don't want to be very topic, but I'm going to recommend Breaking Bad, because I remember watching it for the first time, and the first couple of seasons, and I wasn't getting into it for some reason, maybe because the language they use is a bit disgusting, and it's something that's made on purpose. But when I gave it a second chance and I started, engaging with the characters and how they transition from, being like a boring family father with, you know, a lot of personal issues, growing into this like drug dealer man, like badass character, and I just can't get enough of how a masterful piece it is. And you know, everything, like the entire series, it just go up and up. I mean, I haven't played video games for the last 15 years, so I'm gonna stick, you know, to the ones I used to play. One of my favorites was the first Metal Gear for PlayStation 1. I think it made such a big impact on me because it was the one that felt really cinematic, even though the graphics were from PS1. But I just have this bright memory being a teenager, like experiencing, you know, the cinematic feel of playing that game. Okay, that's a tricky one because we still don't know how it's going to evolve or how it's going to affect the jobs in our industry. I think the positive thing is that it's just like another tool for artists. The same way that when, you know, the 3D appeared, you know, rotoscope, a lot of tools that have been, you know, implemented in the industry. At the beginning, we didn't know how to use it, but at the end, you know, we learned ways to make our jobs easier and still more creative, push the boundaries. The bad thing, of course, is that as long as it's, you know, stealing people's jobs or, you know, making those art departments even narrower, I think it's going to end up, you know, bad for a lot of artists. Like at the end, the way we create art and why we create it is just to express ourselves. And if artificial intelligence is just getting rid of the job of the artist, then what's the point?